It is foolish to tear one's hair in grief, as though sorrow would be made less by baldness. Boastful speeches are the first sign of weakness, and those who are capable of great things keep their mouths shut. Endless money forms the sinews of war. The greatest victory is victory over yourself. A friend is a second self. 3/4 of the people you will ever meet are hungry and thirsty for sympathy. Give it to them, and they will love you. People are not interested in you. They are not interested in me. They are interested in themselves, morning, noon, and after dinner. Listening carefully to a person is the greatest compliment we can give him. The expression one wears on one's face is far more important than the clothes one wears on one's back. Keep busy. It's the cheapest kind of medicine there is on this earth, and one of the best. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life. Do nothing that is of no use. The only reason a warrior is alive is to fight, and the only reason a warrior fights is to win. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Buy that thou hast no need of, and ere long thou shalt sell thy necessities. If a man empties his purse into his head, no one can take it from him. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. There are 3 faithful friends: an old wife, an old dog, and ready money. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The things hardest to bear are sweetest to remember. Someone despises me. That's their problem. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. We should not, like sheep, follow the herd of creatures in front of us, making our way where others go, not where we ought to go. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. When you like someone, you like them in spite of their faults. When you love someone, you love them with their faults. Loneliness is the way by which destiny endeavors to lead man to himself. Fate and character are different names for the same idea. Only the thoughts that we live have value. A house without love is a poor house, even if beautiful rugs are covering its floors and precious wallpapers and pictures cover its walls. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. Happiness is a how, not a what. A talent, not an object. A good laugh and a long sleep are the two best cures for anything. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for your peace of mind. Sometimes we're tested not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strengths. The calmer you are, the clearer you think. Learn to cook a few basic dishes. It's a valuable life skill. Patience is power. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Never lose your sense of humor. Laughter is the best medicine for the soul. You'll never find a rainbow if you're looking down. Always pay off your credit card debt. It'll save you trouble later. The best revenge is massive success. Love a friend, remembering that he can become an enemy. And hate an enemy, remembering that he can become a friend. Remember that a successful marriage depends on two things. 1, find the right person. And 2, be the right person. Do not laugh at old age. You are coming closer to it. If you intend to consult someone about your problems, look first at how this person manages his own problems. Don't spread yourself too thin. Learn to say no politely and quickly. Live as you can, if you cannot live as you want. Be careful with a joke. You may be misunderstood. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. You never fail until you stop trying. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. History is just new people making old mistakes. Who lacks sex speaks about sex. Hungry talks about food. A person who has no money, about money. And our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. The only shame in masturbation is the shame of not doing it well. Everyone owes nature in death. A woman will never want sex with a man who doesn't get her hints. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. Avoid women who talk a lot about sex, because often they have gotten a psychological breakdown from the lack of it. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Never trust a friend who speaks bad of his comrades. You should make great things, not promising great things. It is difficult to walk at one and the same time many paths of life. Power is the near neighbor of necessity. Only when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish been caught, and the last stream poisoned, will we realize we cannot eat money. There are two wolves fighting inside all of us. The first one is evil. The second one is good. Which wolf will win? The one you feed. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries, and you rejoice. It is better to have less thunder in the mouth and more lightning in the hand. Only two things we'll regret on deathbed: that we are a little loved and little traveled. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. Whoever, undertaking a business, hurries too quickly to achieve a result will do nothing. He who carefully finishes his work, as he began, will not fail. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The more you don't have sex, the less you want it. Truth uttered before its time is always dangerous. When true virtue is lost, good nature appears. When good nature is lost, justice appears. When justice is lost, decency appears. The rules of decency are only the semblance of truth and the beginning of all disorder. If there is no dull and determined effort, there will be no brilliant achievement. To recognize your insignificance is empowering. Friendship is one mind in two bodies. He who knows the measure is satisfied with his position. Pride and excess bring disaster for man. Sometimes you must yield in order to win, and sometimes maintaining a low place leads you to win. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combinations of these 5 give rise to more melodies than can ever be heard. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. Know yourself, and you will win all battles.